Hello and welcome back. I honestly didn't think we'd be back with this because, as I kind of famously said at the end of the season 2 reactions, I thought season 3 was kind of a lost cause or just not going to happen because they were like, oh, you know what, 2 seasons, we're good. We got the promotion out there. Let's go read the manga. But no, we are here with the season 3 with hopes of season 4. We're going to still hold on to that copium. But yeah, so we're here with season 3 premiere as we're going to be watching. So in case you guys don't know me and you guys are just new here for the reaction, I am Moonlight150. My channel here covers everything 100 Girlfriends. So I am someone who is caught up on the manga. So instead of a pure reaction to the video, it's more like I'm going to be watching the episode and comparing it to the manga, so I'll be bouncing back and forth. I'll try not to say any manga spoilers for anyone who is anime only watching these videos, but I might die just a little bit. I'll pretty sure to give like a little warning or something. Especially with this episode in particular, because this one's going to be less of a reaction, even more so than it already is, because I've watched the leaked version. The episode leaked like a couple days beforehand, and I couldn't help myself. So what this is less of a reaction and more of like a live review, I guess we can go as we watch it. Because there's some interesting things. I've watched the whole episode already. But granted, there weren't any subtitles on that version, so I'll just kind of go purely off the animation and what I know of the story. But there's a lot of interesting things to talk about. So that if it was going to be any episode, it's good that it's this one that I kind of watched ahead early, because they went in a totally different way. So let's talk about it. So we're going to do a live, just like chat walkthrough of the episode and just trying to understand the process of the animation of the anime studio and what they're doing here, which is, I think, is very unique and interesting. And I like what they did. So let's get into it. And if you're wondering why my thing is tilted, my camera is here. And my monitor that I have the video playing on is over here, so I'm like looking at two different things. So if I spend all the time looking this way, that's why. So we got this great interaction and the framing device of why everything is out of order, because that's minor spoiler for the episode that we're currently watching, is that this chapter is completely out of order. Like, this would have been near the very end of the season. So we have the love god here talking, and of course recapping what happened. And so it looks like they're going to be doing this at the beginning of every season, because, you know, it's almost 2 years since the last episode, so you got to kind of remind the audience. So what's cool about this is it's such. I'm going to lower the volume here for a second on my end so I can hear myself talk. But yeah, it's great to remind the anime onlys what they're doing here. But I also love this interaction between the love god and the narrator, which is so funny. It's like, I wanted it to happen because these two characters in the anime are so funny. So it's great that they have them directly interact, because they very rarely do in the manga. Look what we get right in Yamame. And somehow Yamame got cuter in the anime than she is in the manga. So before we get into all the specific stuff of the manga, the chapter, and the episode, I just want to say, for people who are anime only and who are tuning into this, so an interesting thing is this, as you can tell by the inclusion of many more girlfriends in this chapter, this is a chapter that happened long past of where we should be in this season. But they're using this as a device to catch you up on the characters, to remind you of the previous ones, like, because you get like quick little glimpses of everybody and they show off their personality, so you can remember, oh yeah, that's that girl, oh yeah, that's that girl. And then they're also briefly like teasing and introducing the newer ones at the same time, which is just brilliant decision making on the terms of the whole anime team, whoever came up with that decision. Like, I could not imagine being in that like production committee or whatever it was, be like, and the guy comes in and goes, you guys, you know what? I want to do this. I'm going to move this chapter all the way to the beginning, and everyone just looks at each other like, what do you mean? But it was a fantastic way to start all this. Speaking of anime glow-ups, the host girl here looks so much better here than she does in the manga. Maybe it's because she's moving. I love that. It's like, I assure you, they're not plants. Also, can we talk about Mimi's fit? Like, oh my god. Look how there's... Notice how there's like exactly one almost every shot for a new girlfriend, just to quickly show them off. It's like, you get the Yamame shot here, you got the Momiji shot with Kusiri earlier. Here's Miss Natty's shot. I love the me just trying to get in the shot, which I have the manga panel pulled up too. Although with the way the camera is cut, it might... Okay, you can't see everything, cool. But yeah, I didn't notice that at first in the manga, but yeah, Mimi is trying to like squeeze into the page here, like into shot, which is really funny. I did not know... I never noticed that before. I just love the casualness of Nano here. It's like, yeah, I'm just using her. She's using me as a hiding place. So it's like, whatever. Also, probably my favorite bit of the whole anime here is Momiji groping the boom mic, and this is what we're hearing in the audio. Like, when I first was listening, I'm like, is something wrong with the audio of this capture? Which we'll see here a couple times in this episode is they're adding new jokes that can only be done in anime. Like, they can't be done in manga, so that's how you know they're so in tune with the source material. Look at Miss Natty here, though. God damn. The horror tone change with the music. Okay, I need to see what Miss Natty's is. What did they do? I've got this real cowboy look going on. Well, oh, wait, hold up. 9/11, what? Hold up. Go back for a second. I need to read this. I've got this real cowboy look going on. But my god-awful rodeo skills had me going, fuck you, I'm walking. Oh, God. What was this 9/11? It was my own personal 9/11. Okay. Exactly, you what? United State of Rodeo Training. What a name. Is there a company that's actually called that? That's like a great name that needs to be used. I rodeoed my darling. Righto my baby-o. Badakari. My god, look what they did to Yamame. How did they make her cuter? So, interesting fact about this, I noticed this when I was watching without this a plumsure thing. I just now noticed that plumsure thing. But what's interesting with the Yamame one is with the Yamame, we don't see that bug here. Like we see hold on. It's like we don't see the bug actually in Yamame's little story here. But what's interesting is if you go to the extras of, is it Yamame's? This one? Oh wait, no, it must be this one. With Yamame's backstory, but it's the same bug design from her childhood flashback. Like the little pill bug with this little smiley face. So that's a fun little detail there. It's like it's the same bug design. Which, this is exactly what I wanted for this chapter when I said, I think I even said this in my Season 3 prediction video, but if they were to do this story, like, the anime team had the ability to just expand upon the stories. Not so much because you had to cram everyone's story into this little segment, but it was so... But this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted them to expand upon this and showing, you know, the bug reference to Yamame's backstory and, what was the other one? Oh yeah, like with Yamame, not Yamame's, with Miss Natty's thing, we saw like Cowboy Rentaro, which is not in this chapter like at all. Or was it? Because what did it show in Miss Natty's segment? Yeah, see, like we see her riding him like the horse, but we don't see like, you know, Rentaro posing like a cowboy with the saddle and stuff like that. So this is what like I said, this is what I wanted to them expand upon the stories, and and they did that. I'm now noticing all the little slang in Yamame's speech. And then Ika just walking behind Yamame. A booby trap. Look how happy she is there. But that's an interesting call, because we don't see... Once again, we don't see this in the manga itself. We only see this part where he's going to be bashing his head in. But this is looks like a very clear reference, or maybe she just does this multiple times, of trapping Rentaro and just stripping in front of him. But yeah, we saw that, so that's once again they're expanding upon the stories. I know I said a little, but I practically killed him. Please don't kill him. I just need to admire Mimi's fit some more. The vacuum sound effect is amazing. Are all men crazy? Yes. The speed up is a nice effect. Monster Hunter? Was it a Monster Hunter reference in the manga? Hold up. Oh yeah, okay, Monster Hunter. Okay, yeah, they did make that reference. I do not remember that at all. A literal guinea pig. It's like, which one do I talk about? I'll just talk about all of them. And like I said in my teaser breakdown, the great connection between this and the speech from the end of the season 2 is like a great little bridge here. She's American as a Japanese. Angry Rentaro, I miss you. The director's messing around. That's all the opening. Alright, let's just mute that just in case, but... So yeah, as this goes, let's talk about again, just like kind of the ingenious decision that they did here. As like I said, it's bringing you back up to date with all the older girlfriends. It's teasing the new ones, especially as we're going to get into the second half of the episode here. Like, it's basically damage control with Chiyo. Instead of just throwing you, the audience, to the dogs of just like, okay, let's introduce Chiyo now, who has probably one of the least liked intros in the entire series in the fan base. And speaking of Chiyo, because yeah, unfortunately I watched all this too, and I listened to the song. I actually even have listened to the full version, which is awesome. So that's going to be coming out either later today or tomorrow, depending on where you are. And where was I? Oh yeah, Chiyo damage control. That's where I was. So yeah, instead of throwing you just right into, here's Chiyo, the least liked girlfriend ever at the beginning, and it's like it's the first thing of season 3. So it was amazing, like, foresight thought by the anime directors, writers, whoever made that decision to be like, hey, you know what we can do? Let's have some fun with this. And then, like I said, they made this whole framing device of the narrator and the love gods. Like, wait a minute, what do you mean the episodes are out of order? Why is this chapter so far ahead? This is supposed to be the first episode of season 3. But I gotta say, it is kind of unfortunate with Kishka, because this chapter... Let's just pause real quick here. It's just unfortunate for Kishka because anime onlys are gonna see like the opening with Kishka and like all of this other stuff, and they'll be like, wait, well, here's this other girl. Why is she not in this like future episode wasn't supposed to happen? It's like, where is she? It's like, well, this chapter happened before Kishka's introduction. So it's kind of just unfortunate for Kishka, especially for someone like me who was a big Kishka fan. So we don't get just a little bit more tease of her, or just a little bit more out of her. Anyway, Chiyo time! And the little changes they made to this chapter are also, like, they try to mitigate the damage as much as possible. Let's switch over to Chiyo's chapter here real quick. I just gotta scroll down because these things are not in order. So the fun little tidbit, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is definitely not in the manga. At least I don't think, unless it's like really hidden. But you can see little bushes shaking here, and that's Uncle Hero hiding in the bushes because of everything we'll see later in the episode. But yeah, you don't even see like any bushes. Oh, there's like one here, but yeah, you don't see any kind of like background indicating that Hero is hiding in the background anywhere here. So it's like, is that better or worse for the anime? That's the question. It's like, I don't know if maybe eagle-eyed viewers, like the casual audience, will notice something like that. Like his hair's even popping out there. I think it's for us anime fans who know the manga, who knows that he's hiding somewhere. It's like, god damn it. Are we really doing this production committee? Are we seriously going there? Awkward. It's like, wait a minute. Wait, you were at the beginning of this episode. I haven't been brought into the Rentaro family yet. I'm not able to break the fourth wall. So, Rozzy. I don't remember him going that far back. Oh, yeah, he does. You don't see, like, the impact crater, though. You look really bothered by it. But I will admit, I'm not a fan of how they're handling her growling. Like, it doesn't sound anywhere kind of near how I imagined it. Like, I need, like, a more guttural growl. But I don't know, maybe when you're trying to do a young girl voice like that, you just can't growl like that. And it just seemed a little forced, so I'm curious to see what the dub version will be like. It doesn't sound like growling, it just goes like... Also, a whole ass shower for some spilled juice. Can we talk about that for a second? So I think it wasn't as that big a thing when in the manga. Yeah, it's like, gotta be the adult, gotta stay firm, gotta be responsible. They definitely played it up a lot more in the anime, which is what you should be doing for stuff like that. This great little backstory really does help. We're going there? Are you sure? Yoink. And I gotta say, Hiro does not sound anything like I imagined. I set it all up. It was all me, Rentaro. The ranges his voice actor is going. Not little sister, but cousin's fine. No, they're all my girlfriends. What? Adding a cousin to the mix shouldn't be a problem. No, there's still problems. The different skin tones between Chiyo and Hiro is still, like, bewildering me. You can say psych now. No psych. I kind of prefer the other line from the fan scalation. It's like, it's like when she's older. Ah, yes, reuse animation, save budget. You said one sentence, and that was all it was needed. Look at them give the whole big confession for Chiyo. Need to get off my high horse. Need to get off my high horse and date my cousin. Oh yeah, just need to be that. So, yeah, like I said, Chiyo damage control by going as hard as they could to make her likable, which brings in the question now for next week, when the other half of why Chiyo isn't liked in her introduction is mostly from her follow-up chapter, the next one. So I'm really curious how they're going to handle that, or if they skip it. Because there's two options you can do. You can either go straight forward and just accept whatever hatred that Chiyo's going to get from the community, or what some other have suggested, that even I have suggested in chat, is to alter chapter 54, which is like 2 chapters from now, and reuse that as her chapter, because they're kind of the same thing. Like when you compare 52 and 54 together, let me get my hands in shot here. When you get 52 and 54 together, they're kind of the same thing plot-wise. It's a Chiyo-focused story, but one is definitely a lot more liked than the other. So why not use the one that's more liked by the community and just kind of retool it a little bit at the beginning and ending that makes it fit more for Chiyo's introduction to everybody else. And can we say how awesome this ending is? This might be their best yet, of not only just endings but also openings. Like, once again, my hand's not in frame, but like this is song's amazing, the animation's amazing, everything is just fantastic. And then there's just like a little bit of yeah, slow down, hero. Okay, let's just move over to the manga real quick. But yeah, I think what the little just extra effort they put into making, like I said, damage control Chiyo. It's like they kept everything without actually changing anything, but they focused on like what makes it work, at least within the story. So they did a really good job there. Absolute comeback. Time to celebrate. Grandkids, baby. But yeah, so this is gonna be on a little bit on the shorter side. This is more like just a live review, more so than a reaction, because like I said, I watched it without subtitles, so I at least had the subtitles new for me. But it was mostly the same as as someone who has read the manga. That's all pretty much the same. But next week and everything afterwards should be reactions to the episode fully, both animation and the subtitles, as well as the dub. When the dub starts getting around, which should hopefully be like last time, about in 2 weeks. So we'll see how the dub handles everything. So that'll be fun. But yeah, it's just great start. Great, like I said, choices from the production committee, from the director, from the studio, from the writers, and everyone else involved to make this chapter and the season in general more interesting, because now with that story out of the lineup, it'll be interesting, like, how else does this structure? Because we all just kind of assumed Chiyo's introduction and Meet the Family would be the first episode. It's like, no, now we only got just Chiyo's introduction, and now we hear Meet the Family has to come next week. And so that's going to restructure everything else. And of course, also the removing of the May I Ask You for a Love Story chapter, because that was also kind of near the end, like a little past the middle, towards the end. But now that's not going to be there. So what's going to be there in its place? So a lot of questions, and we're going to be here to find out what, like I said in the trailer breakdown, what survives and what doesn't. It's going to be an interesting ride. So if you're here to watch me experience all of that, and I promise next time it'll be live, unless the chapter leaks again. It's possible. Or not chapter, but the video, which may be possible because these videos might have come from the early preview, because they did the first 2 episodes at the early preview. So there's a small possibility, but I'll try to control myself next time if a leak does happen, so you will guys get a live reaction. But I thought, at least for this video, like I said, it was better for me to do a reaction, or not a reaction, but a review, because of everything that changed and why it was such a good decision. But anyway, I'm rambling, I'm repeating myself, so I'll see you guys next time, next week, for episode 2 of season 3. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time for more Chiyo damage control. See you all then.